and turn up the bass.
And
bing.
are we live?
You're
Yes.
on.
Yes.
That's the way it works. When the intro stops, we go live.
Well, yeah, but it was silence, and you weren't saying anything, and your screen had stopped.
No, it's still moving.
No, it is now.
Yeah.
How come Chav's not
Oh,
on with
God,
us?
the infighting. It's all...
all you
Jesus,
ever
it's
do,
been
innit?
a couple of seconds.
Moan, peace and moan. Can't fucking catch my
Good
breath.
evening, viewers.
Well, go on, people. What's happening, Pete?
Hello.
Everybody good? Are you ready for another dose of reality?
Oh.
Or just
Well.
a lot of blokes talking bollocks?
Oh, that'll be us.
Oh,
So then, where
So
do we
what
start?
have we got? Oh, yeah. Where do we start?
Well, I've got some trains of thought that I wanted to run down about the States and that, but I can keep that, and if there's somebody got some news article that's worth running into first, I don't know how you want to play.
Well, it might be worth us just mentioning precursor of the Grand National and the great middle class unwashed that we're trying to disrupt it today.
But don't
Yeah.
it's every event.
No.
sorry.
Well, they
I missed
started
that.
to. I remember they went on the F1 Silverstone last year, which was probably the most stupid that they've ever done. But today was probably the most stupid thing because they did it in Liverpool, in the Scousers' backyard. They don't really take well to that. They enjoy having the Grand National in Liverpool. So, yeah, I can't imagine what happened.
I think that we can extrapolate the thought a bit further. Is that stunning and brave protesters fighting for animal rights storm Aintree in a bid to bring worldwide awareness to the cruelty of something. Now then, if that's the case, huh?
We need some heavy to hit you with to fucking bring you to your senses. The fuck are you on about, man?
I'll tell you
Fucking
what,
brave.
No, what are you
What
playing
about
devil's
all
advocate
that?
there?
In that fucking
No, them, the activists, you fucking noob.
He's playing devil's advocate.
No, so let me finish my fucking sentence.
Oh, here we go.
Back off.
Fuck me sideways, you aggressive mong. Right.
Oh, fucking
Yeah, so
God.
let me, if you allow me to finish, you might hear.
Oh,
So-
here we go.
What? Because they're so caring about these animals, they've gone and done it at a racehorse. What they haven't done is gone to an abattoir where there's halal slaughter going on.
I'll tell you
Oh,
what.
the one-
those
And when they go to the
racehorses-
F1,
those racehorses eat better than I do.
you know, it's champagne socialism, hooray Henrys.
Well, thing is this. Do you know how? Do you know like, if you're working now, you want to strike, you can't just strike. You have to put a thing in stating why you want to strike, and then you have to give advance notice, and it has to go to court to get permission to strike. Why aren't these protesters being held to the same account as us if we want to strike? You know, you want to do a protest, here you go. Put it in that you're going to do a protest and where you're going to do it, and then let a judge rule on it.
Well, no, just leave them to what they're doing. Everyone fucking hates them.
Well, it's
Those
not that.
royal lot, the fucking lot of them. Middle class, unwashed, fuck off.
Thing is this, these fuckers, once they've got arrested for it, are they going... I wonder, how much money did this racing thing lose? How much money did they lose through these fuckers running out on there?
Probably not that
Don't think
much. He
anything,
just
'cause
delayed it, didn't he?
just delayed
I
the
don't-
start.
Yeah, wouldn't have
They
thought
Well,
only
that.
it-
delayed the
summer,
start
you know
because
what I
the
mean?
coppers all the coppers and the scousers seem to sort it out quite quickly.
So the thing is, right, they've actually had more money due to it because the people that have been there longer, so they spent more money in the bar.
I'll have another rum and coke.
Yeah, I mean, what a wait. So
Yeah,
it's like win-win. But
might even bet a bit more money.
the thing is, though, right, these people do this shit, yeah, and they keep on doing this shit because the justice system does fuck all to them, and that's the fact. You know what I mean? It's the same as when they was going around smashing up fucking petrol pumps. The coppers were standing there watching them fucking do it for a photo op. I mean,
Well, I think they think, look, we mustn't, sort of abuse the cretins because that's what they all are.
You shouldn't. Yes, I quite agree on that. You shouldn't need permission to protest. But
Yeah.
here's the thing:
That's where I was
if I
saying.
want to go on strike, it's a form of protest, but I still have to give notice that I'm going to protest.
Or what?
yeah, but what you don't have to do is give notice that you're going to protest while you're not at work.
Well, if you're protesting that you're not getting enough fucking money, you want a pay rise, you're
Yeah.
going on strike. It's a form of protest.
No,
It's
It's an official strike.
that's an action of a protest, but you could technically still go to work, and then when you come out of work, stand on the fucking protest line and protest it. Then you don't have to give any notice at all.
It's kind of different. A picket and
That's not
strike.
striking, is it?
It's not what?
Striking. You're not striking then, are you? If you're
No,
going to work,
because striking is a form of protesting, right? What I'm trying to
Yes.
distinguish between all this is, right, there are forms of protesting, right? So where you're saying you shouldn't need permission to protest, well, that depends, doesn't it? Depends on the form of the protest.
Yeah. But you shouldn't need permission on any protest. But like I said, the thing is, on certain protesting, you have to get permission due to the fact the laws have been changed.
Indeed. And
All
to
out.
again think about that a bit more. We all remember the case of the woman that's up in London silently praying outside the abortion clinic in an exclusion zone area. I think they call it something similar to that.
Which is, the thing is, the question I had with that is, how are you meant to know that this area is excluded?
Well,
Yeah.
apparently there may or may not be signs, but that's really not the point, is
Dude,
it?
how often
just
do
stand.
you...
Yeah, exactly.
How
just
often do
standing
you read
there.
every sign that you walk? You know what I mean? Walk down
Well,
the
you
street. How
don't.
often?
You don't. Of course you don't. But the point is, that woman was standing there with her eyes closed and her head bowed, not talking to anybody, not saying anything, not hurting a soul.
Still got nicked.
And yet, because she's silently praying in her head, that's not allowed under the exclusion
If she,
zone area.
if she
Might
just says
have
I
been
was
saying-
doing mental arithmetic, fine.
Might have been saying Flux is a twat.
I mean,
Well, she may,
If she
and
was
she
throwing
probably
stones at them, I
was,
could
but
understand.
for her to stick to her guns and say,
Madness.
yeah, I was praying, forced their
Oh,
hand,
right.
and it's brought it to our attention, because I would never have heard about it if it wasn't for her.
yeah, but here's a question, right? What happens, right, if they're the contra and says, what are you doing? And she says, I'm trying to figure out the wiring diagram of some sort of device that I'm trying to create. Right? Would they have then have arrested her on possible terrorist fucking allegations?
Yeah,
Well,
right.
she didn't say she was praying in the
Yeah.
first place. She
No,
said
Capacitor.
Yeah.
they asked her if she was praying, and she said she might have been. She didn't say she was.
Oh, motherfucker! I thought you were going to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody can say, I might be. What the fuck's it to you?
Exactly. Because since
Yeah.
when is standing somewhere, not saying or doing anything, a fucking crime?
Because outside this place, the exclusion zone is excluding people from protesting about an abortion clinic.
So people don't have the right to protest against it. I mean, the way I see it
Indeed,
is,
because it gives anxiety to the people that are going there to get
Yeah.
abortions.
I can see that.
You wouldn't have had that in the
No,
70s.
the thing is,
What,
right?
they get reminded that God exists?
Well, here's the thing, right? Here's my take on fucking abortions and everything else, right? When abortion is used as a fucking contraceptive, as in, you know what I mean? A babe goes out, gets knocked up, oh, it's alright, I'll have an abortion. Goes out, gets knocked up, you know, as an abortion. When it's being used as like that, as a contraceptive, then I think that these people should basically have fucking, I don't know, not have the ability to fucking have kids, because they obviously
Well,
don't
they're
want
talking
to.
about end of term,
I mean,
even in this country.
There are situations where fucking abortion is a viable fucking option for a plethora of reasons. However, I
sure.
still believe that it's not my fucking business. It's whoever's business it is that's in that situation, because I don't know everybody's fucking, you know what I mean, life ins and outs, and neither does any other cunt. So why should every other cunt have an opinion on what one person does with that? You know what I mean? I've got
Yes,
I've got
I'm
views
clear.
on it, but it's down to individuals.
The SNP, I allegedly heard that they were trying to bring in end of term abortion right up until birthday.
Well,
Correct.
Once the fetus has took a breath of air, after that point, it's murder. Is their stance? I would imagine.
No, it's not. It can be born, it can be breathing, it can be on the slab, and there can be a conversation between the
Disgusting.
medical practitioner and the
Well,
birthing person.
Then it's
And
That's
if they
monstrous.
have a conversation, they can then just not carry on providing care for that living,
no,
breathing
but
baby.
that's the thing. That's not
That's
an abortion.
infanticide. That's infanticide.
Yeah, but that is not an abortion. That is murder.
Well, they're calling it abortion because that's what they do in Planned Parenthood in America.
Yeah, maybe the case. There's a lot of things that are happening in America that I'm
And as
seeing.
Trump just said, the member, I think he said member of parliament, but it's being bandied around over here. As you said, we said earlier, America sneezes, we get a cold.
Yeah, which is there's a couple of things, right, that I've been looking at in the States, and one is just about this. You know, remember that trans bloke that wants to be a bird that's done the swimming and beat the birds at swimming, but actually tied in first place with an actual woman. Right, that girl is now suing some university because they asked her to go in there to do a talk on it, and all she was saying, she was like, I ain't got nothing against trans people, I don't give a fuck about what they want to do or anything else, but this isn't fair. You've got hormonal males swimming and competing against females. It's unfair. You know
We
what I
all
mean?
know it's unfair.
That's all she said about it, right? She then was assaulted, fucking held in a room until she was allowed out the room, and all the rest. She's been slated left, right, and centre. But all that is just what, man? Over what? To us,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
right
common
again.
sense. If a man that was biologically born male keeps all the attributes of a male, but classes itself as a female one day, competes in a woman's sport, the majority of the time, that person will beat every other female in its remit, won't he? Standard.
Mm-hmm.
Serena Williams has even attested to this. She's fucking proved it. She got beat 6-0, 6-1. And the only thing about it was the fact that the bloke lost a point to her.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why everybody jumped on John McEnroe when he first came out and said that a number of years ago is because there was a tennis match between Billie Jean King and somebody else back in the 70s. You know, a female versus a bloke. But don't we all have our doubts about Billie anyway?
It's just mentals. But I mean, this thing with Trump, right? This is what I wanted to throw out there and see if everybody else is like, you know, picking this up. But now they've opened the floodgates by impeaching Trump. They've set a precedent that they can impeach a president. You know what I mean? Or former,
Yeah, here we are.
right?
Isn't the word indict, not impeach?
Well, either which way, the nicked a president for some fucking allegations of taking documents out of his office that he was totally entitled to do so. I mean, we all know that they've convoluted all these fucking laws and everything just to get this indictment against him. We all know this, right? But they are the ones that have now opened the gate and set the precedent. So now, when we start falling back through the previous presidents of America and start going, well, hang on a bit, Biden, straight away, when he was vice president, he done the same thing as Trump just done. I want him done. I want Obama done for fucking lying about this, that, and stuff, or whatever he done. When we get down to Bush, well, Bush, you're kind of fucked, ain't you, mate? Because you done an illegal fucking war that cost fucking thousands of people their lives and fucking 10 years of bullshit. So when you get to Bush, well, if Bush gets fucked, and there are direct links to the fact that fucking Blair was fucking sucking his cock at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you think that fucking Bush is going to go down without fucking outing fucking Blair? So, I mean, if this domino effect is what could happen, because they have set the precedent, we could see the fact that people are getting fucked over there affects the way that politicians get dealt with in the global scheme of things in our own fucking country too, which ain't going to be a bad thing, because I think Tony Blair ought to fucking get dealt with for his war crimes. I think he ought to be dealt with for the amount of people that lost their lives on a bullshit. Yes, they've definitely got fucking bombs and fucking all the rest of it, which he told us they had.
You know,
So,
the thing about Tony Blair is, mate, he's not going anywhere fast because he's touting himself to be replacing Klaus Schwab as the head of the WEF.
Yeah, but if this domino effect happens, which would be fucking great, I'd you know what I mean? It's a 50-50, because at the minute you've got these lot attacking them lot, and them lot are going to want to reprisal. This is going to be president for president. Now, it depends on how far they, you know what I mean? How far down they go depends on how good it's going to end up. But if that does happen,
I'm glad that earwigged you.
Sick Willie. He's in trouble.
I mean, well, Tommy's there going, I mean, most people are going, it'll never happen. Tommy goes, who's holding them accountable? Well, at the minute, Trump's being held accountable by the judicial system. And that's a farce. So, the judicial system works for people when they want it to, doesn't it?
Well, just to answer that, I'm pretty sure that I heard there are 3 Republican DAs that have gone after, I don't know if it's Biden, but it's somebody, it's either Biden or Obama.
Yeah. Well,
So there's 3 Republican DAs on the back of Alvin Bragg doing this.
yeah.
3 of them have jumped on the bandwagon that only I know of.
Yeah, well,
Let alone-
this is what I'm thinking, because I'm hearing the same things, and I'm saying, well, you know, this is going to be a tit for tat, and depends on how much tit for tat and how far down the totem pole we get, to how much this is going to have a knock-on effect to the rest of us.
They're trying to get anything to stick on Trump so he can't run for the next election.
Yeah.
They are trying to pin anything on him.
Well, they don't want him
And I
for
wouldn't
2024, do they?
But they've got a bloke sitting there now. The corruption is flying round his head like a fucking tornado, and yet he hasn't been impeached. They'd impeach Trump if he farted in front of a fucking nun.
And this is the thing,
yet
and
he hasn't
everybody
been
sees it
impeached.
for what it is. It's a political attack to stop him from running for fucking the presidency, because they know
Yeah.
that Biden didn't really get 80 odd fucking million, the highest ever fucking number. I mean, fuck
They've
me.
already nicked it.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It was rigged.
it.
The majority of normal people fucking look at how it happened and go, well, that's a fucking strange thing to occur at that time of night.
And Maricopa County is
bloke-
still ongoing.
Yeah.
That
Kerry
bloke
Lake's
was
still ongoing.
30 That bloke was padded 30 to 40 million votes. I really, really believe that, in all honesty.
Well, I think you can see by the figures what was happening was they padded the votes, and then Trump started getting more and more, and they went, fuck, we didn't pad them enough. Let's pad them by another
what
fucking
happened.
60 mil, fucking, or whatever.
It started happening at 10 to 10 with the water going off in, I don't know, it was Wisconsin. Anyway, a water main went off. And by 6 minutes past 10, I was being offered 100% of my stake that I'd backed on Trump. So I was already 100% up. Thought, no, I'll wait until the end, just get all the money. At 6 minutes past 10, our time, no, their time, my betting was suspended. And that's, that's 20 minutes from a water main going off and somewhere closing to suspended betting on Trump. And it only went one way from that very moment.
So like I said, we all seem to have realised that was a fudged fucking vote, right?
Oh,
We already know that Biden has committed the same felony that they've ranked it up to now by taking papers out of the White House that was classified while he was vice president, because they've been found all over the fucking country. Really secure on, garage floors and shit like that. But yet, nobody's fucking going, well, you're fucked. Because now you've just done him for this bullshit. I can see just going tit for tat, I really can. And I don't think that's going to be a bad fucking thing. But I'm not naive enough to think that the powers that be are going to let it get far enough that any meaningful damage is done. Because at the end of the day, all the people that we see, all the presidents, all the MPs, all them fuckers, they were just mouthpieces.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all a fucking game.
Yeah.
All of this. I mean, Trump may well get in, and the economy may well improve, but that will only happen if it suits the globalist agenda. It's certainly being pushed in one direction everywhere. I mean, the CBDC is being fast introduced over here now, isn't it? It's coming up. Have you heard what they've called it? They've called it the UMU and the Unicoin.
No.
Unicorn.
UMU, something monetary unit, universal monetary unit, maybe. And then they've called it the Unicoin. Not unicorn.
Hmm.
So we've got the Uber
Universal,
Unicoin.
as in the whole entire
It's
world.
like, fuzzy wuzzy. Oh no, that's the wrong one. No, yeah.
So hold on. Is this for the world? Like a global currency?
Well, it's got to be, any. It's crypto. It'll be one of the cryptocurrencies, isn't it?
Well,
that's
yeah,
all
it's
right.
the centralized cryptocurrency that I
and then
believe
the actual score.
that the UK Bitcoin, if that goes ahead, would be linked to.
What a load of
Broughton
bollocks.
says they want one world credit system.
I'm
Of
happy with
course.
my money how it
Well,
is.
of
How
course.
you lads?
That's exactly what the
Yeah.
Rothschilds done, wasn't he? That's how they started.
Fuck these people.
I get to keep my money, and they don't know how much I have. So good. I like my money.
I mean,
Physical.
the Rothschilds started their empire by basically being a Western Union. That's how they started and fucking expanded from there on in. I mean, that's why they're global. And they started that way before anybody else thought about doing it. I mean, which is foresight. I mean, you can't take that away, but it's just,
Well, yeah, telecommunications and railways,
you know,
as well as banking. Yeah.
they made some fucking good choices.
So,
Aye, aye. Have you got to sing happy birthday to Rotten now? It's his
Oh,
birthday,
lovely.
apparently.
oh god, it
Oh,
is, isn't it?
Flux. Count us in. Go on.
All right, a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
Fucking hell, man, this is gonna sound bad, you know.
birthday to you.
Sounds like I've got a bunch of fucking hyenas in my ear holes, man. Fucking
Now
hell.
then, we would give you 3 hip hip hoorays, but that would take us to the end of the stream. We wouldn't be able to get through it, all right? So,
What about the second verse? What about the second verse? Oh,
God save our Green King. No, probably not.
can I just say, though, you mentioned the king.
Hmm.
How
Elvis.
much- no, the other one. The Green King, Charles.
Hmm.
How much power have you got when you can poke him in the chest with your index finger? Because that's what one of the Rothschilds did to him.
Hmm.
Yeah, they said
The
that
chat's
was-
still
remember.
reeling from your rendition of Happy Birthday, to be fair.
They were fucking songsters.
Yeah.
Well, you can use down the Lamley.
Hey? No fucking
just
auto
saying.
tune needed,
Fucking
do I?
lovely. Yeah, we'll see you in about 24 months ish when we get out.
And we're doing Blackpool as well. 'Cause, well,
Yeah.
Oh, fucking dear me. Well, according to this, we've only been live for 26 minutes.
it seems like a lifetime for
Oh,
these
doesn't it
podcasts.
just?
After that
End it.
rendition of fucking Happy Birthday, I was thinking we've
End
got to
it
be
now.
close to an hour up by now. But no,
It just made you feel that long.
yeah.
I have that effect.
Oh, dear.
So good, lads.
Well, so how do we get back on track from that then? I mean,
I
is,
don't
there,
know.
is there any way of coming back from that?
Well,
Where
Violent revolution.
watch it tonight. I'm sorry.
Fuck's sake.
Well, the Royal Mail have reached an agreement on pay. You thought you'd be pleased to know
The
that,
Royal
so-
Mail or the junior doctors?
Royal Mail. Well, the junior doctors as well.
Yeah, I think
On the
they
weekends,
agreed
only.
to. Yeah,
Oh.
5%, not the 35 they were asking for.
No,
And
Junior, the Royal Mail, the way for the Royal Mail during the week, and on the weekend they become junior doctors.
yeah. Yeah, but I didn't realise this, and Callow, correct me if this info's incorrect, that junior doctors doesn't mean that you're fresh out of doodah, it's all the way up to consultant level.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah,
So it's certainly not as I thought.
well, that's mentally.
Yeah.
I used to love being on the post because every year we used to get what we call a dog's day, and all of us were off work.
Huh.
I'm a lying cunt.
Hmm. So, there's been some good news about EVs, though.
Hello?
Really, Carlo?
I didn't fucking mention anything about it.
I
I
know,
know you
but
wanted to.
you seen the link from American presidents to EVs, though, didn't you? I could just see you chomping at the bit, sitting there all quiet, and I thought I'd throw you a bone.
I did
Well, that
say
was
that,
strange.
but
You don't...
Okay, alright, we're keeping it over in America then. We can get there. Did you see the Elon Musk interview with the BBC?
oh yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't actually, but I've heard bits and pieces.
I've heard that the lefties are trying to defend the BBC reporter, saying that Elon Musk was a bit of a bully.
Invading his safe space.
Yeah.
Ah, what a
No.
Oh, really grasping
Yeah.
at straws, aren't they?
wanker.
This is the thing. Everybody, if you were everybody going on, especially in America and that, they're saying that Tesla is the American public keep giving Tesla millions of pounds each year. It's not true. Tesla was given X amount of money and had to pay it to the American government, and it has now done so years earlier than it anticipated. So, as much as I dislike electric cars,
Yeah.
you've got to take one thing from him, is the fact of the matter is, he knows how to earn money. Simple as.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
invested in the electricity company.
What he did was with this BBC bloke. This BBC bloke was going, there was more hate speech since he took over Twitter. He said, well, give me an example. Oh, no, it was, the other day. No, give me an example. Just one. Just one. And this bloke, oh, yeah, well, we're not talking about, And then he went on to about he said, well, what about the disinformation the BBC were telling about COVID? Oh, well, we're not talking about the BBC, he said. Honestly. And then he just couldn't answer him. He sort of got stumped and was like that.
How was he?
Apparently, Max Wall was on.
So
Yeah.
he was going through a tunnel on a dodgy cell phone reception.
He could have been.
Yeah,
we
but
all
that
done
is
that,
good
though.
on him.
Somebody asked you a difficult question at work. Eh? Well, I'm just going through a tunnel. Click.
Yeah, but the hate speech he was referring to on Twitter is people putting posts up saying and memes putting up saying there really is only two genders. I mean, that's hate speech now.
Well,
A woman
Well,
is a
we're going
biological
to-
female. Hate speech.
well, we're going to Bush Hansauer or Budweiser now, aren't we? With the transgender person that was advertising. Was it a bloke called Dylan Mulvaney, or am I misgendering him? Don't give a fuck.
Do you know what, Tramp? I'm sick and fucking tired of seeing on all my news feeds that degenerate Sam Smith, that Dylan Mulvaney, that other freak that's got the big teeth and the red lips, and he goes, I'm going to groom you.
The
That
most sinister man
Oh,
on the-
that,
on the-
that
on the
sinister,
tube.
fucking horrible bloke. I'm sick and
Oh,
tired
God, yeah.
of seeing everybody post their fucking videos all the time.
Hang on, Flux. Just to that, I'm going to groom you again.
No,
Go
no,
on, go on, go
no,
on,
no,
go on,
no,
go on.
oh, you-
Go on. Go on. You know-
Jeffrey
you know
Marks
it's-
talking
It's
about.
a
Oh,
giggity,
the
giggity
value.
moment.
oh, God, Red. Oh,
Fucking
God. Yeah. Go,
flashback.
go on,
They're literally ramming it down your throat.
go on, Flux. Get out of a white piece of paper, hold it up so people can write shit.
Oh, fucking hell. Anyway.
Yeah, so
Moving on.
America's gone mad trying to boycott Budweiser. Be interesting to see over the next week or two.
Ah,
Well,
Some of the next big thing.
did you hear the latest little saga?
Oh, no.
Oh
well-
no.
Apparently, the CEO had had a statement to make,
Right.
and it was a generic statement that didn't really say anything. He's patriotic, and that was basically the whole message. And then
What a
people,
mistake to make.
yeah, and then people started looking into him, and apparently on his LinkedIn profile, he had a CIA operative for 5 years.
Yeah, saw that. Yeah.
2 hours later, douche, all of his stuff, all his social media gone.
Fucking strange, that.
Yeah.
Well, who would put CIA on the CV?
They
I mean,
haven't
really?
put the net out yet.
I don't know, maybe he was going for a job interview with one of the major drug cartels.
Yeah, maybe.
You know.
Hey, who knows?
Yeah.
So, well, we all know that the fucking CIA was the biggest fucking importer of cocaine in the 80s and 90s, wasn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, drug dealer is not beneath them. Fucking.
So the Republicans and Democrats work together.
Yeah.
The Bushes and the Clintons.
Allegedly. Is there an allegedly in there?
We've got to put
I
an
know,
allegedly in there somewhere, otherwise we'll end up suicided.
I know.
And I have no
Oh.
intention of
No.
committing suicide anytime soon.
Isn't it unusual of knowing so many people have committed suicide?
It's 50 odd, isn't it?
Allegedly.
There seems to be a certain amount of fucking people that end up, should we say, holier than when they first met the Clintons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it is. It's like the question. It's the age-old question. Another question is, do you know people that know so many paedophiles?
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? These people seem to
Sitting
know more
lower.
people I don't know. And I bet you none of you lot know. But these
Definitely.
people seem to know fucking loads. Whether it's suicide, paedophile, fucking...
Well,
Yeah, it's a strange world they live in, isn't it?
Fucking weird.
Jeff seems to think that the Sinaloa cartel's still hiring.
It's one of that fucking ball.
Ever
They
relevant,
need
famous
cut
last
line
words free.
on the line.
It's,
Yeah,
yeah.
a new squad in Texas.
But Jeff also says that EVs are too heavy for the old multi-storey garages. Got to get them demolished
Yes.
and rebuilt.
Oh, I
Nice and
heard
green.
about that. I heard about that, Jeff.
So,
And what they're basically saying is the multi-story car parks, they are simply not designed for this sort of weight. So one of a couple of things is going to have to happen. They'll either have to be reinforced or they have to be knocked down and built again.
but I
Yeah,
got
but it's not
how
that
heavy
bad.
on these electric
Neither
fuckers?
of which is going to happen, is it?
Yeah, but how fucking heavy are these electric cars?
Well, the battery pack weighs 2 ton, don't they, on some of them?
Give over.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
if you have that across so when you're doing the engineering, I don't suppose it's clear that you must put in weights and stresses and tolerances.
Well, what I'm trying to get at, right, is surely, yeah, even one of these electric vehicles, let's go for a run-of-your-mill electric vehicle, is not going to weigh more than a fucking, I don't know, a Rolls-Royce Phantom or a Bentley fucking, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but what about if the Rolls-Royce or Bentley Phantom was also an electric vehicle?
Oh,
No.
And what about if the dust carts that were going through to pick up the bins were also electric vehicles?
Yeah, but we haven't got to that stage yet. I'm on
Well,
about...
and Rolls-Royce
Right. This is why I want to know. This is why I'm asking the question, dude. Fucking, what is the average weight of one of these fucking EVs versus the average weight of a normal car? Because I know mine weighs, I think it's 1.6 or 1.8 ton.
Yeah,
Really?
Stopping power.
Well, a Rolls-Royce Phantom into 2.2 ton.
It's got to be up there. They've got to
Jeff
be a
saying-
ton.
just saying
Well-
all cars are 1 ton and EVs around 3 tons. So,
I know certain recovery firms now, because of the battery vehicles, have to have when they go, they have to have certain vehicles to pick them up and recover them.
So, according to this, on an average, then I'll take it from the chat that we're looking on average around 3 ton for a electric vehicle, right? Compared with obviously a standard car, which could be anywhere from a ton up to 5 ton. You know what I mean, depending on what vehicle it is. But let's just take an average of say 2 ton. Or 2.5 ton, because it's 1 to 5. Second average of 2.5 ton for a standard car and 3 ton for an EV car. We're talking 500 kilo difference. Does that really fucking make that much odds? In a tow block that should have been stress tested for a lot more. It should have been stress tested for double what its capacity is.
Do you know what? I'll give you that. I didn't think, yeah. Let me think about it. No.
I mean,
just asking what an SUV
It-
weight is.
let me. I'm going
Yeah.
to do an appeal to authority here now.
I would imagine, Jeff, that one of them Tesla SUV jobbies, or even is it Ferrari that bought an SUV out? But I don't know whether that's electric. I would imagine that they would weigh considerably a lot more than just a standard Tesla. Fucking gold wing doors everywhere.
I've actually done a bit of googling. The on a certain Tesla, the basic A Teslas, the battery pack weighs 1.2 ton.
Yeah.
For the Tesla Y, that has a 1.7 ton battery pack, and that is, by contrast, you've got like a Nissan Leaf, which has a very small battery pack, which weighs 300 kg.
Oh, less than
So-
half a ton.
Yeah. So, but don't forget these Teslas.
Yeah, but that's just the
that
battery
is-
pack, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
indeed,
that's
it's
the battery
not
pack.
the fucking.
It's not the car. It's not the
no.
overall road weight. No.
Yeah,
No.
but it's not only because I'm trying to think. Well, in a normal ICE car, you've got the engine block,
It don't.
but in these, you've also got the motors
Yeah,
as
Yeah.
well as the battery.
but I mean, it doesn't really matter where the weight is in the vehicle as long as you get the
Yeah,
road
gross weight is gross
Yeah.
weight. Yeah.
You know, so I mean, he's
Yeah.
doing a GMC Hummer weighs 4.2 ton, and yeah, I mean, is this really a thing? I mean, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Because I know there's a lot
Well,
of big
hang
fucking
on.
cars out there. You know what I mean?
Well, because also, why? Okay, using that logic, because I'm following you, but using Sadiq Khan's logic,
Holy fucking shit!
EVs are heavier, ergo more tyre particulates, ergo more people die through bad air.
Yeah,
and there's
but-
only been one in 20 years, and even that wasn't proved.
Yeah, but you know why he's saying that? Because he wants to put a fucking heavier tax on it. What you found, Callum?
Exactly. That is the
Well-
logic of Sadiq Khan.
4.5
Whatever it
ton.
is, how
Hang
can I
on,
make money
go
on it?
Go on, Cal.
Some of these Teslas, right, Model X, Y, S, and 3 compared to a Tesla S, 4.5 ton for one type of vehicle and 4.7 ton for another vehicle.
Right. So, here, what's the heaviest Tesla?
Heaviest is 5.3.
5.3 ton is the heaviest.
Yeah,
Right. The lightest is 1.5 ton. Right about that.
what Tesla?
Yeah.
No, that's the thing that the
He said one had
according-
a 300 and something kilo battery in.
one fact. No, that was a Nissan Leaf.
Right. Do we keep with the same brand? Well, it's got to be across the spectrum. So what we need to find out, right, to do this properly, is we need to find out what the heaviest fucking electric vehicle, the lightest electric vehicle, right, and then get the heaviest car and the lightest car, and get an average in between, and then look at it and go, is this really fucking going to be a thing?
Yeah,
And-
but didn't someone go to Scotland in 9 hours? It took me the other day.
No, it wasn't Scotland. Let's be honest. It was Sunderland. It wasn't Scotland.
Go on.
So it
Tell
was
me,
from
ladies and
Newport.
gentlemen.
It was from Newport to Sunderland, and it took 9 hours. Where, considering the fact I was driving an articulated lorry, which is capable of only 55 mile an hour, I did it in 7 hours. So
Is that
let's
without
see-
traffic?
No, that was with traffic.
Was it slow moving?
No, but it took the bloke how long to keep charging his car, and didn't he have to do it twice?
Yeah, you have to do it twice.
I don't see the point in electric vehicles unless they're literally, if you don't go anywhere other than, you know what I mean, 2 or 3 mile, they're literally like a glorified fucking mobility scooter.
Oh yeah, and don't turn the heater on.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you use a mobility scooter, dude, one of them little fucking cars would be fucking sound. You could have the heating on because you're only going like 4 to 5 mile anyway. You know what I mean? That I seem to understand, but for fucking off somewhere, they're useless.
Yeah, the
As
base
I
model
found out
electrics.
from about 6 hours ago, that today Germany shut down their 3 remaining nuclear power reactors. So they're now going to be relying upon coal when they've got a 30% reduction requirement in coal. And so they're going to be fucked because they don't have anything else left to replace it. So how are EVs going to work then?
A bicycle and a dynamo.
This is the thing, and we all know that they're going on about this is a fucking energy thing. We're in an energy crisis. We're paying stupid money for fucking energy. That, by the way, shouldn't be costing us this much, and the only reason it is costing us this much is because the government are allowing the fucking energy companies to fuck us. That's why.
Yeah.
Nothing other than that. Fucking plain and simple.
Yeah. And there's plenty of energy.
So, the fact that they're coming out with the energy crisis and everything else, but we all need to use more fucking electric, seems to fucking tell anybody with half a fucking brain cell that there's something fucking up here. Because in one breath you're telling us we ain't got it, but in the next breath you're telling us we've all got to use it. So how the fuck's that going to work out? And yeah, Sadiq Khan in his 400 grand fucking armoured Range Rover. Oh yeah, why does he need to be armoured?
Oh,
Is it because he's a cunt?
No, don't forget, it's part and parcel of living in a big city.
No, it's not.
Terrorism.
No,
You
it's
know?
not. It's
Well,
part and
that's what he
parcel
said.
of being an absolute
cunt.
cunt.
oh, hang on,
Mr.
Cal, I
Right.
can't let you get away with that. Part and parcel?
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said.
Yeah. I mean, MPs, when they weren't too much of a cunt, they could walk down the streets without getting harassed and without getting fucking slandered and everything else. Why? Because they wasn't being too much of a cunt. The more
Yeah, they weren't
cunty,
disliked.
the more cunty a fucking MP is,
Well,
the more disliked they are. It's kind of common sense, really.
Well, maybe they were being just as much of a cunt, but nobody knew. Because
Possibly.
now we've got, well, shit like this.
Yeah, that's possible, I suppose. But you can't just see their cunty bollocks fucking ways instantly. I mean, we knew that he was going to push this ULEZ bollocks through, regardless of what anybody said, because he wants more money. You know what I mean? It's all to do with how much money you can fucking take out of your pocket, so he can put into a stupid scheme that I dare say he's got invested interests in, so it ends up in his fucking pocket somehow.
But even then, Free, he hasn't, because he might be a cunt, but he's far from stupid. He's already got his backup plan to this anyway, as reported. I think Jeff buys cars and a few other people saying that, okay, well, maybe we'll roll back the ULEZ, but what we'll then do is we'll use the cameras to start charging people per mile and for how many people they have in the vehicle.
Get
Yeah,
fucked.
okay, I won't stab you. I'll just chop your leg off.
Yeah, Jeff, good point. Right, Gaddafi could go anywhere in an open top truck. Gaddafi, the one that was
Yeah.
outed to be an absolute
Yeah.
cunt to his people.
Yeah. Do you remember him being dragged out the back of that truck at the end? And him saying, "Why are you doing this to me? What are you doing?"
It was fucking.
Was that Gaddafi or was that Saddam?
No, it was
Saddam
Gaddafi.
Fauci.
Yeah.
While he was in the water pipe.
But oh, for fuck's sake, it's like, yeah, the Pope. Why does he need fucking bulletproof fucking glass?
Exactly. Where's
Well,
his
because some
face?
cunt tried to shoot him back in the 80s. Well,
I
not
got
him, but
Same bloke.
yeah, the same geezer, mate. Come on.
Yeah, but like Ethan just said, yeah. Where's his faith?
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't
mate.
apologise, look. Don't. But it was just a comment that came out straight away, Flux. Where's your faith? You know, I mean,
Seem
Yeah.
to have everything.
You're here doing God's will and everything. It just happens to be whatever you deem's good at the time. Strange, that.
Rather than his own.
Fucking covering loads of other priests' back that you know are fucking wrong uns, but you know.
Oh,
Oh.
whilst we're on the... Sorry, anybody else? Did I interrupt? Did I done it again?
no.
No, go on, crack on.
So whilst we're on that, Ramadan in Canterbury Cathedral.
What
Blasphemy.
the fuck?
Blasphemy. It's
Can
just
you
fucking
imagine it?
blasphemy.
Can you imagine it in a mosque though? If Christianity did something in a mosque,
I don't think they'd allow it.
Well, for
how many
one-
churches would be burnt down?
I don't know. I wouldn't like to presume, but I don't know whether they would be allowed. I don't.
think he's right. Blasphemy.
it-
Well,
it
the
is-
imam would be hanged.
No, it ain't blasphemy. Because the church is open to anybody of any faith.
Yeah. All churches should. You see, that's the thing, right? Because I ain't religious, right? Fucking all that bollocks is for everybody else. It ain't for me. So I look at it like this, right? All these religions are meant to promote harmony with one another, you know, getting along with one another, being accepting of one another, and all this bullshit. Yeah. Yet for every fucking time that religion gets involved in something, the first thing they do is segregate their religion from everybody else's because they're all shit and hands the best. You know what I mean? So churches should be open to anybody, but so should synagogues, so should mosques, so should everywhere fucking else.
Oh,
Should be
A
open
synagogue
to
is.
anybody.
A synagogue is. It don't matter what religion you are. You can go into a synagogue.
Well,
You
it should
can
be
go
the
into-
same with mosques. And
You
but
can.
I was under the understanding that basically anybody can walk into a mosque.
You can.
No.
Yes, you can.
What, women?
Not in Rochdale, you can't, Callow. No.
Not women, no.
Oh,
blokes.
so it's not anyone then.
Well,
Why can't
this
women
is
walk
apart
into a
from
mosque?
Women. These are apart from women.
Yeah, why can't women walk into the mosque? Because they should be able to. They've just got to have the veil on, their head covered.
No,
Hold
no.
on a minute.
No, they
Why
don't
can't
pray
men-
together.
why
Not
No,
in
can't
obviously
men
they don't
go
pray
in,
together. They don't even bathe
Why
together
can't-
when they go to the beach.
Why can't men go in the Rochdale if you're not a Muslim?
Well,
I see what you're saying.
many years ago, I was passing a mosque, and I thought, I wouldn't mind having a look inside. And I stuck my head in. I was told, no, you can't come in here. So I said, all right, okay.
Oh, whoever that is, obviously isn't following the teachings of the fucking mosque.
Hold on a minute. You didn't have a bikini on, did you?
Well, no, I had a pig over my shoulder. I mean,
Oh,
I mean, if I'm wrong, and somebody can correct me, but it's my understanding is you can knock on a Muslim's door, walk into his house and sit there, and only after the third day of him providing you food, water, and somewhere to sleep, can he ask you what the fuck you're doing there? Or to leave.
is that right?
Yeah, that's my understanding. Now,
Oh.
if somebody wants to tell me I'm wrong, by all means, but that's what I'll come to understand of it. So,
Sounds a bit daft.
yeah, but it's one of them fucking religious things.
Well, for once, let's look at the
yeah.
Bible. Has it been altered? Yes. Have they made a fuck up? Yes, because it's not thou shalt not kill, it's thou shalt not murder. They screwed up, didn't they, in translation? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I saw that one as well, Cal.
Is that how they got away with war? There's
No.
plenty of wars, wasn't there, in Israel? Or should I say Palestine?
Well, it's different,
'cause
isn't it?
The
Different Bible.
linguist went into it, didn't he? He said, no, this means that means that. I can understand why they said that and think it means that, but it does mean this. Yeah, thou shalt not murder.
So
Yeah.
at end of the day, it's a simple case. Thou shalt not murder. So if
Hmm.
someone's trying to kill you, you have the right to defend yourself. So it's not murder because you are defending
Oh.
yourself.
Does it not just mean anything they want it to mean at the time?
No, when they were translating it, that, like I said, it was translated some years ago, quite some years ago actually. Obviously, languages obviously weren't their strongest point. Let's say so. Mistakes were made,
Mm.
and when it comes to any book, really, including the translation from Quran into English, there is parts of the Quran missing because they can't translate it into English.
Yeah, but yet again, might be mistaken. But the reason why there were so many different variants of the Quran is because it was sent down from God in every different language so every man can understand. So, if that be the case, how does that translate to the fact that you can't have an English transcript of the Quran?
No, that's not true.
Okay.
Everything in the Quran was sent to Muhammad. Muhammad then told it to others, and unfortunately, they had a big battle, and a lot of because it were word to mouth, a lot of these people got killed, so they decided it's time to put it into writing. So they pulled all the others together, and then they put it to, if you want, to paper or parchment or whatever you want to call it. But unfortunately, it still caused a problem because certain areas had different sayings for the same word. So that caused problems in the Quran. So
Chinese whispers.
yeah, a bit like that, but like I say, it will put down.
Chinese.
Oh,
You see, right, this ain't right, because Muhammad had no part in writing the Quran.
No,
Fucking nobody writ the Quran. The Quran was written 380 years after fucking Muhammad died, which is why it's so full of fucking Chinese whispers. And this can get twisted and that can get twisted. There's multiple parts about it that was added to and took away from. They burnt a load of the Qurans to stop that anybody from finding out what was actually in other Qurans, so they could have just one Quran.
And what are these hadith things?
That's what you need to interpret what's in the Quran.
Oh, I see. So there's the Quran, and then there's the hadiths, which are individual interpretations of sections of the Quran.
That's what I've been led to believe. I could
All
be
right,
wrong.
that makes sense.
And then
Like
there's the Sunnah.
Psalms, maybe?
I mean, the other thing to do is get somebody who's Muslim on here to fucking tell us the way that their shit works. You know?
Yeah, that'd be a good one, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I do recall, it's a number of years ago now, well, 25 years ago, working with a Muslim family. But it was a company, it happened to be owned by a Muslim family, and they rocked up. And when they rocked up at my place of work, there was just food everywhere. They just brought it in with them. There couldn't have been more, more. Well, yeah, it was great.
More welcoming, yeah.
Yeah, welcoming, yeah.
I've had food sent to me and broken bread, etc. So yeah.
Oh, well, it's something we could fucking look at doing.
Yeah, get
But for the time being, it's time to say
I
good night.
think, yeah, I think that's a touchy moment where his tempers could start getting flared quite quickly.
Well, you never know, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Because there's so many things that you're thinking of and everything else.
Yeah,
let's just,
yeah.
Let's just
then
find
the
out together.
pendulum swings back and forth, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
But as for now, say TTFN, and we'll catch you on Wednesday for the quiz at 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock on
Oh,
Saturdays.
yeah!
fine.
Breaking news. It's a twist up with the music on Wednesday.
Oh, fucking hell, here we go.
Sounds interesting.
Right then, have much as fun. Say bye-bye,
It ain't
peeps.
nothing but a G.
Alright,
Come
peeps.
and join us on Discord, people.
Yeah, man, links and everything in the description. See you on the flip side.
Ta-da.